Hey, welcome to Tell Me How You're Mighty, real talk about cheating. I'm Tracy Shorn, the blogger known as Chump, where I implore people to leave cheaters and gain lives.
And I'm Sarah Gorrell, radio broadcaster by day, single mother of 4. And 13 years ago, my ex walked out on his family for his affair partner. And it didn't feel like it at the time, but my life is so much better without him.
And we're here to tell you that you are mighty. We survived infidelity, and you can too. And this is our podcast. Welcome. Hey, today it's just me, Chump Lady, Tracy here, and I decided to respond to some of our miscellaneous voicemails that you guys have left for us. If you ever do want to leave Sarah and I a message, you can go to speakpipe.com/chumplady, or you can go to our website, tellmehowyourmighty.com. And in either place, you can leave us a voice message, either with a situation you'd like us to respond to or comment on an episode we've done. At any rate, we love your stories. I think it's always better to hear things in your own voice. So today we're going to start off with Andrew, who left this message.
I want to put a nail in the is cheating abuse coffin once and for all. I think people focus too much on lying and whether lying is cheating. But the reality is that cheating involves someone taking away your ability to make decisions about your own body and your own health. A cheater strips you of your ability to make decisions about whether or not you're going to expose yourself to STDs, including deadly ones. There is no better definition of cheating than someone taking away your agency, deciding that they are smart enough to make decisions about you and your health for you, and giving you no opportunity to consent. That is abuse.
Hey, Andrew, you are totally preaching to the choir. I completely agree with you. I hope you're spreading the message far and wide that cheating is abuse. It's a lack of consent. And you bring up sexually transmitted diseases, which, when Esther Perel, I always pick on her, but we'll go there, when she's describing affairs as exuberant acts of defiance and exquisite quests for aliveness and all these romantic, positive ways of describing it, she just kind of leaves out the chlamydia and the gonorrhea. And, it's this magical thinking that when people are swapping fluids that, I hate to go there. I guess everybody hates to go there, right? Nobody thinks about this. Or if they think about it, they don't discuss it. It's like siloed off in the public health debate. I don't know how you can discuss the experience of being chumped and not talk about consent to have your health risked. And when you talk about it, it's like you're a big bummer or you're an alarmist. Obviously, Andrew, you're a guy writing in. For women, it can be absolutely catastrophic. It can affect your fertility if you have an untreated STI. I've said this before, I've lost track of how many women have written to me because they've learned that their partner was cheating when they were pregnant because of screenings that OBGYNs do, prenatal screenings where they screen for STIs, and they come up positive, and that's how they find out. It's horrible, right? And I think there's still a lot of stigma and shame around it, and that's why we don't talk about it. After I read this message, I was reading a little history of syphilis, like who used to do that? But it's like shocking before the era of penicillin. Go Google it yourself, guys. The amount of infertility, disease, illness, dementia, things that happened, really grotesque things, horrible health consequences for women, mostly women who were unknowing that their husbands were going to brothels and things like this or having affairs. The consequences are terrible and birth defects. And it is like this unspoken history. So yes, to your point, cheating is abuse. It can have terrible consequences. And even if you are unscathed, right? Even if the person used protection, they didn't ask you, right? When you play roulette with your own sex life, when you have the awkward conversation about protection and pregnancy prevention, that's on you, right? You're aware of those risks. You're thinking about it. When someone else takes those risks for you and unilaterally changes the terms of your relationship, yeah, it's an abuse of power. It's an abuse of your vulnerability. It's horrible. Keep spreading the word. Change the debate. It's abuse. All right, on to our next one here. I didn't get a name on this one.
I just wanted to let you know that I became aware that my ex-FW and some other FWs who attend these 12-step meetings, supposedly for sex addicts, don't ask. They're getting together this July in Denver, Colorado for a convention. And also at the same convention, apparently, are going to be codependent partners of these sex addicts. Obviously, I'm not involved in this, but I heard from some people who know more about this than I do that apparently at these conventions, there's a lot of hooking up and getting together between males and females because both genders attend these conferences. So I just wanted to let you know, in case you have anybody go into this thinking this is going to be really helpful, that it's probably a pile of you-know-what. Might be something for you to look into. It looks pretty ridiculous.
Speaking of sexually transmitted diseases, yeah, what could go wrong in a giant convention of sex addicts? I mean, to the person who left us this message, kind of concerned that they're hooking up together. And I think that's kind of funny because that would be like, I don't know, if you had an Overeaters Anonymous convention and it was meeting at a bakery. Because conventions are kind of stereotypical places where people have affairs and hook up anonymously. You know, everybody's in from out of town. There's bars, there's hotels. It's kind of a perfect setup. But God, can you think of anything more depressing? I actually went, and of course I Googled this. It is a real thing. It's really happening. It's some organization. I think it's called Hope Quest or Hope something. Anyway, you can go find it. They don't have the whole panel of speakers yet, but I was looking at some of the topics and things covered, and you'll be shocked to learn that there are no divorce lawyers. There's no segment on domestic abuse or other things that you might perhaps be considering if you are partnered with a so-called sex addict. It's just all about how you can work with that. Like, why would you work with that? I don't know about the panels of, quote, codependent partners, unquote. If any of you guys are going to this thing in Denver or have been to one and want to let us know what that was like, please drop me a line. Because if I didn't have a lot going on in July, I had like half a thought to like, well, wouldn't it be fun to go to that and report on it? Or, I mean, maybe not fun. Fun's kind of the wrong word. It's probably like, I don't know, like the worst church basement social, people kind of lobotomized, sitting in folding chairs, talking about their trauma. It sounds absolutely terrible. The reconciliation industrial complex, the whole sex addiction complex, I think they're quacks. And in this case, it looks like they're religious quacks. So then they have to slather Jesus all over it. It's terrible, right? Thanks for letting me know. Like I said, if anyone's going, drop me a line. This one's from Nav.
I caught him cheating on me for the 5th time over 39 years, about 7 months ago. I've just moved abroad about a year ago and he had been cheating on me whilst I was in the UK. So it's not even been 6 months and he's at it again. I'm finding it really difficult to leave him. He's my world. I've known him since I was very young. And although I had a difficult upbringing, I found it difficult to trust a man. And I need to leave him.
Nav, you said absolutely devastated. I mean, to have a D-Day, to have 5 D-Days, 5, and you said 39 years. That means there probably, I'm guessing that there were more than 5. You had 5, but this guy's just can't keep it in his pants and it's one-sided monogamy. And how fucking dare he think that there's a relationship to go back to? You said you have to leave him. I hope by this time you've left him. Please listen to this podcast, read my blog, Chump Lady, find support in your own life to help you. It's a really monumental thing to leave a cheater. As we said in our first segment, it's abuse. So you're leaving an abuser and you just need so much help to hold your hand as you go through that process. But you absolutely don't deserve that. And I think it's interesting that he did this while you're geographically vulnerable too. It's, like you're moving, you're in the UK. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think these people, they choose their moments, they're opportunistic, and you've got sunk costs and you're in this vulnerable position. I know that makes it harder, but I also hope it stiffens your spine to be like, fuck this. I don't want to be married to somebody who would do this to me. You can't possibly feel safe with him. And I think that's the cue, to start doing the practical things, start figuring out your money. And as I always say, if you're going to leave one of these guys, don't tip your hand. Just start gathering up your information, moving your stuff to a safe place, see an attorney, and do the hard things. I say this so often, but if you've lived it, you get it. It's that the way you're living now is so much harder than how you imagine it's going to be on the other side. You just got to push through it, right? You got to push through it. And you think, oh, I got to figure this out and this out and this out. No, you have to act. You've got to run out of the burning building. Do the hard things. Call the lawyer, make the plan, see what you're entitled to, figure it out, sleep on a friend's sofa, just start it going. Because you're in the hard part. I'm trying to move you to the easier part. And I'm not sugarcoating it, right? Because a lot of us take a big financial hit. It's hard to rebuild your life. But when you rebuild your life, you're the captain of your own ship. And you don't have somebody sabotaging you, somebody devaluing you, somebody the minute that you feel like you're stable hits you with a 5th, 6th, 7th D-Day, right? You're just never not going to be swamped by that. And I can hear the heartbreak in your voice, and I want better for you, Nav. I hope you leave. And to the point of, can I trust another man again? You absolutely can't trust him, right? And I don't know if you want to trust another man again if you go out, but the guy you got right now, 100% certainty that you cannot trust that guy. You can trust somebody else because there's not 100% certainty that they're a cheater and an abuser. And you don't even have to be partnered up again. You may just enjoy peace and tranquility in your own life without someone in it. There are other places to find love. There's abiding friendship. There's orphans, there's pets, there's peony gardens. There's so many wonderful, beautiful things that aren't a cheater. And I hope you go find them. That's it for this week. We're going to have Sarah back next week. I'm just kind of filling in here, and we'll talk to you soon. Reach out to us. You can check us out at tellmehowyourmighty.com or check out the blog at chumplady.com. I'm always open to your suggestions there.